Alright, we are live. Been a while since we've done a random solo run stream, but we're going to be playing White 2 today, because there's still some games I haven't yet played with my new random solo run stream schedules. So, yeah, let's do White 2 today. I actually did some White 2 pretty recently offline in Scott's Discord, testing out his Gen 5 overlay for White 2. And I actually did a neat little experiment. I actually decided to test normal mode and challenge mode to see like if challenge mode was truly easier because of the increased levels gaining more XP. I had interesting results. I played them both with the Sandile evolution line, so I evolved up into Crocodile. So what I've ended up figuring out is essentially challenge mode is harder. And in the early like pre-Lucky Egg part of the game, so like the first 5 gyms, Karen is whatever. Roxy is tough for a lot of Pokemon, depending on your typing. Berg is a lot more competent. Elisa is a lot more competent, because for some reason, in normal mode, her Emolga does not have Aerial Ace. If you're playing with a ground type, it can only use Pursuit on you. Which is so weird, because Black and White has Aerial Ace, and Clay is just a lot more of a troll. But then, when it comes to like normal versus challenge mode, Skyla in general is just a lot better. Drayden, I would say, is better. And here's the funny thing. Marlin's team in normal mode is so horrendously bad. His Wailord is not his lead. In normal mode, his lead is Caracosta, which normally likes to waste its first turn with a Shell Smash that's just useless. And then his Wailord has Scald, Bounce, Amnesia, and Rollout. It is a horrendously bad moveset. But then challenge mode, it has Rain Dance, Scald, Blizzard, all that fun stuff. And I told Scott that I did the Sandile evolution line in normal mode and challenge mode. I did normal mode first, challenge mode second. My challenge mode run ended up being slower and having more resets. And by the end of it, I grabbed the same candies and everything. I followed roughly the same route. I was only 3 levels higher. Like, the actual levels in challenge mode really doesn't add up too much, because during the, like, Team Plasma section, you're over-leveled no matter what game mode you're in. I just think the extra maybe 1 or 2 levels you'll get throughout most of the game, I don't think it makes up for the fact that the gym leaders are harder and have items. So that's what I told Scott. I told him my findings, because when he gets around to playing White 2, he did tell me he's unsure which of the modes he'll play, so I did that whole study for him. But anyway, why don't we get started and pick a Pokemon? Hopefully it's something good. Okay, I don't know how well this will be. I know this thing gets a lot of special moves. Let's take a look. I was routing out Nidoking and Pokemon Moon earlier. Ambipom. In Black and White 2. Scratch, Tail Whip, Sand Attack, Astonish. 100 attack, 115 speed, fast level up group. Plus we get Return very early on. Oh, dude, this thing's going to be a powerhouse. Oh, man. And we get Home Claws if we need it for the league, but honestly, we'll be such a high level, I don't think it'll be necessary. Oh, and via Move Tutor with Red Shards, we could get one of the Elemental Punches, or we could get Low Kick. Sadly, the punches, I believe, are relatively expensive. I'm going to look up the Red Shard Tutor real quick. Alright, here's the Red Shard Tutor. Let's see. 10. It costs you all 10 of your Red Shards. So we would have to decide which punch will be the most useful. I'm still leaning towards Ice Punch, because it... Actually, maybe Fire Punch, because it would give us an answer to Clay's Excadrill, but Ice would also be good too. But let's look at the rest of our moves. Sand Attack, Astonish, Baton Pass, Tickle, Furious Swipe, Screech... Nasty Plot at 39, with our horrendously bad special attack. Hyper Beam, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Shadow Ball. Dude, we get like no special moves. This is literally like Persian. Persian had Nasty Plot, but had to rely on like Swift and Shadow Ball. It was so bad. You can learn Grass Knot. We can, but it's in the post game. That's the problem. Are you ready for the challenge run that's actually harder in a solo run context? I sure am. This Pokemon looks like it's going to do great. The Hidden Power, Protect, Solar Beam, Brick Break, Double Team, Low Sweep, Round, Dream Eater, Grass Knot, Swagger, and Substitute are all unobtainable. You want to see some? Look at the difference in TMs. I can't really do the comparison thing because it doesn't show restricted TMs, but if we were playing Black and White 1, Solar Beam and Grass Knot and Low Sweep and Brick Break would all be obtainable. Yeah, so essentially in Black 2, White 2, our only fighting type move is going to be Rock Smash. Oh, Technician, Pickup, or Skill Link. Skill Link would be great for Cloyster, but not for this thing. Technician will definitely be the better ability. Honestly, Nasty Plot with Swift? I mean, Swift getting the Technician boost. What's Technician? 50%? 50%. So Swift becomes a 90 power move, but here's the thing. Our special attack is a lot lower than our physical attack, so what we're going to have to do is hold on to both Swift and Return at the same time. I mean, early on, Return will get Technician boost. Oh, Shadow Ball will help against them, yeah. I'll get it for them. Shadow Claw, I mean, Shadow Claw won't get Technician anyway. I can actually sort these by power. Let's see. Thief, Rock Smash, Payback, Cut, an Item, Acrobatics, Aerial Ace. What would a Technician Acrobatics be like? Like, theoretically, we could use Acrobatics Sharp Beak, and we can get the Technician boost. Although that would still be weaker than just an unboost, than just a no item Acrobatics. We have Workup? Oh, right. I've been doing a lot of Sun and Moon routing recently. I'm just so used to Workup being TM1. Right. So yeah, honestly, in that case, if we have Workup, is there any reason to teach Return when we can just use Swift? Or even Aerial Ace? Okay, yeah, I think there will still be uses for Return. Honestly, I think Technician might be a noob trap. I think we'll hold on to it for the early game, but I think for the late game, we're gonna want to use like some real moves, like Workup, Return, maybe Aerial Ace, Shadow Ball, that kind of stuff. Maybe Rock Smash. But yeah, I think Technician might be a noob trap. Helps us with low kick, but it's a variable powered move though. It probably won't always get a Technician boost. It does learn Acrobatics. Actually, Acrobatics would be better. Aerial Ace is more out of the way. Actually, Aerial Ace does get Technician boost, so it becomes 90. But Acrobatics with no item is 110. So Acrobatics with no item would be better. Technician Payback will help versus Chantal. I mean, we have Shadow Claw. Why not Shadow Claw? We can get it in the Celestial Tower. It is a tiny bit out of the way, because we have to go up a couple of floors, but I do think it'll be worth it. Yes, Dominic, you did give a good idea. Hope you're proud of yourself. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a nature to run. Honestly, I get the feeling we have way too much speed, but I'm not sure if I should go with a minus speed nature or whatnot. I think we should. So I think, what's the fastest Pokemon in Black 2, White 2 challenge mode? What was it? Besides the Chandelure. Besides Chandelure. I remember it was someone in the Plasma section. I remember we figured this out in Scott's Discord. Can't remember. Oh, yeah. The Excel Gore on the Shadow Triads team. In, I believe in normal mode, it's actually the fastest Pokemon in the game. In challenge mode, though, that obviously goes to Chantal Chandelure. What's challenge mode? The gym leaders, or most of the trainers are slightly higher level, and the gym leaders have different teams. Oh, sadly enough, Dig would not get a Technician boost. But yeah, honestly, I think we should just play this Pokemon like a standard normal type. We'll have Technician just early on. But yeah, we'll definitely need to go out of our way to get, like, Shadow Claw, for example. I guess Payback... Oh, actually, no, Payback with Technician would only be slightly better. I mean, honestly, I don't think there's really anything else. Oh, punches. What? Are we going to want to buy a punch? Yeah, we'll get the leftovers. Mummy would make Payback worse. Does Shadow Claw not activate Mummy? Oh, you mean like once the Mummy activates. Okay, I get it. Fire Punch? Yeah, honestly, let's see. I mean, honestly, I'm leaning towards Fire Punch. And here's why. Fire Punch for Excadrill and Skarmory on Skyla's team. But there's also a debate for Ice Punch as well. Like, it can help with Drayden and more of Clay's Pokemon. But I think for Drayden, we can just use Return Form. Actually, honestly, we could probably just use Rock Smash for Clay instead for his Excadrill and Krokorok. Honestly, I think for a Punch, I might actually go for Fire Punch. Yeah, I'm going for Fire Punch. It's going to help with all the Steel types. Anyway, let's go set this Pokemon up. Oh, and check this out, guys. I don't think I've showed it off on stream yet, but since I've been able to get Super Shucky 2 to run at a consistent 240 frames per second for Gen 5, there's apparently an option in the emulator called Enable Just-in-Time Compiler. I don't know what it does, but at the cost of not being able to record replay files, which I almost never do, I got the game to run smoother. So we're gonna do a test with it. Alright, Ambipom, level 5. We're gonna want to be female. And I think we should go Brave Nature for minus speed. I think our speed is so high it won't be necessary. Oh, interestingly enough, Ambipom starts at 100 friendship. Alright, Hidden Power Darks for so perfect stats. Scratch, Tail Whip, Sand Attack, Astonish. Sand Attack. Astonish. There we go. I'd go for Thunder Punch because of Skyla. Although Colress is still scarce, there's might be... Honestly, yeah, there's also a good point in Colress. So yeah, I'm actually going to keep Fire Punch. If this was Black and White 1, I would probably go Thunder Punch. Or Ice Punch, either or. But I think for the game with a lot of Steel types, I'm going to go Fire Punch. Oh, where's the hidden power typing? Oh, I must not have copied and pasted it. Hold on. Oh, right. I kind of need to get rid of that option. Yeah, I might need to edit that overlay slightly because hidden power is pretty much never going to be relevant in this game. But then again, I'm not going to be doing White 2 too often anymore. Probably on average like once a month. Because I cycle through all my games, like 3 or so games a week. I don't really think it's going to matter if I just leave it there. Alright, everything else looks good. Alright, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Let's see if we can think of where this will end up being placed. Our current first place is Kyogre with a 110, with Groudon 12 minutes behind, just because Kyogre's run was just that frickin' good. Do we have another normal type to compare to? I do, actually. I've played... Where's Delcatty? I swore I played Delcatty. Oh, that was Black and White 1. Not the sequels. Is it anything good? We're playing with Ambipom. It's essentially just a way better Persian. And Persian's all the way down here. I mean, Persian had Workup and Nasty Plot, but its moveset selection was just pretty bad. And honestly, I think Technician was kind of a noob trap. I got 41 resets in that run. How's Charizard F tier? There's a million rock types in this game, that's why. Marlin also exists. Literally, to beat Marlin, you need a Rock Slide miss. Although, granted, with my modern, like, skill set, I could probably get it in the D tier, but it's not a good Pokemon for this game. Maybe D or E. Okay, I don't think... I'm thinking best case scenario, maybe in the C tier, because we're still going to get very early return, and Persian's physical and special attack is very horrifically bad. We actually get 100 physical attack in the fast group. I think this will end up C tier. So I think under 140. Yeah, why don't we get started now? Alright, so yeah, the game time is occasionally going to look like that. It really only does that like during the title screen. It'll go away on its own. It'll fix itself. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. But yeah, this is actually running at a clean 239 frames per second. The only time it drops is literally the intro, where White Kyurem is running around. But it's literally like a 3D thing. Of course the frame rate's gonna drop. Oh, and here's the weird thing I wasn't really able to fix with Black and White for the overlay. The enemy Pokemon can take like a few seconds to load in. I'm not sure why. I mean, for trainer battles, it'll load up like right as the battle starts. But for wild Pokemon, you're probably never going to see it unless I purposefully stay there. I'm not sure why it takes a while to fade in. I think it has to do with tracking the state of the game, whether it's battle or overworld. Maybe it takes a little bit to update or something. Will it drop in the Kyurem versus Reshiram thing? I am not sure. I don't remember. I'm assuming yes. But yeah, the reason I wasn't using Pokebite with Gen 5 before is because it would make my emulator drop like 15 frames a second. But since I figured out there was that option to enable the just-in-time compiler, I was actually able to get it to stop the frame drops. Like I said, it does come at the cost of not recording a replay file, but I never really use replay files. It's just a way to record your runs without a recording software like OBS. It was just Pokebite, like, causing to slightly lag. Alright, so, in Scott's overlay, software, he has guaranteed encounters for Pidove and Psyduck in the ranch. Psyduck is a really rare encounter here, though, so I'm not gonna go for it, but if I happen to see it. But while I'm here, I'm gonna hunt for either Psyduck or Azurill. Azurill actually learns Surf as well. It does not learn Strength, so I would have to catch Crustle. But Azurill or Psyduck is what I want. I used to catch Audino for a Surf user, but honestly, it just takes so long to catch. I don't think it's worth it. Also, did y'all see how when the guy sent out his Mareep, the Pokemon popped up on the right? The overlay, the way I had it coded, could not do that. It only showed the first Pokemon. Because they completely changed internally how the Pokemon battle structure is laid out. So the current Pokemon does not get updated in real time. It just, there's just a pointer that says, hey, it's this Pokemon that's currently out right now. But MVF, the guy who works on our backport overlays, he was able to recode my overlay just slightly to where it will show the correct Pokemon. So huge thanks to him for getting it to work. Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay. Dude, right as I catch an Azurill, I find a Psyduck. Well, at least I got a Psyduck. I mean, at least you don't have to have a full party, and you don't really need to catch many things at all. Essentially just Psyduck and Pidove. Or no Psyduck, then you'd have to catch a Crustle. Remember to teach return ASAP? Yeah, right now my return power is 51. So for a tiny bit, it's going to get a technician boost. Beedrill 1. Did it? I don't think it did, no. I will say, though, sometimes my humor is sort of based on Deadpool. Even if it doesn't, it'll be better than Scratch. Yeah, I mean, Scratch with Technician only becomes 60 power. Without Stab. Yeah, sometimes the enemy Pokemon just takes a little bit to show up the first time. I don't know why. Oh yeah, the badge will update. Oh. Yeah, that's not the right badge. Okay, yeah, I know why it's doing that. It's, this is a copy and paste of the black and white 1 overlay. I think I just need to make a separate copy and just have it show different badges. That's an easy fix. I'll do it later. Alright, so I'm gonna have to catch a Pidove in the Verbank Complex. The Verbank Complex actually has the best chance of Pidove, even better than the Ranch and Route 20. I believe the Ranch and Route 20 are 15% chances, while Burbank Complex is 20%. Yeah, that'll just be my backup place. Also, if you hug the wall to the left, that preschooler does not see you. I'm no hero. I'm no superhero, but I'm no hero, but I'm super. Yeah, I remember that. That preschooler is blind. Not as blind as the Aqua Grunts in the Sapphire Hideout. Dude, the Diamond and Pearl Pokemon League at nighttime is one of the best tracks in Gen 4. Anyway, I need to find Pidove. It's about a 20% chance here. There we go. Alright, Silk Scarf. Return in the place of Scratch. And then work up in the place of Tail Whip. I'm going to keep Astonished just in case there are any ghost types that I don't remember about. Oh, I actually do want Rock Smash. Can I say the same for Cynthia's piano? Here's a question. What do you guys all think of Volo's battle theme from Legends Arceus? Like, it's an honest question. When you guys fought him for the first time, anyone who's played Legends Arceus, when you fought him for the first time, was that a plot twist you expected? I did that pause to make sure I wouldn't fall off, because this is running a lot faster than I'm used to. I knew I was cooked. Yeah, I had to leave and go train for like 3 days. How did Volo's outfit get there? Didn't you read what the guy said? He said the owner donated it. He's a time traveler. I think it is to imply that Volo was the one who donated it. Much better than the other bosses of the Legends games. What do you mean by the other bosses? What do you mean by other boss? Oh, are you talking about Angie Floette? Yeah, I would say the Volo fight was better. I agree. I like them both. But yeah, Volo's definitely felt way more tense, because it played on people's past trauma of Cynthia. Oh, Legends Arceus, my bad. Ah. I mean, I think Angie Floette's theme is actually really good. Doesn't Bertha and Agatha have a common ancestor? I think it's more aligned with Bertha. I think people fitting Agatha in there just make no sense. Volo to L. Oh, the L fight is leagues above the Volo fight. It's not even close. L just straight up has one of the best Pokemon battle themes in the whole series. I'm just a huge sucker for violin battle music. It's kind of the reason I like Zinnia's theme a lot. Plus, when you listen to Elle's theme closely, the motif, the overall like theme of the song, it's still very similar to the original boss theme. Dominic, can you please stop asking random questions that have nothing to do with what we're doing? It's actually starting to get annoying. Make a new Hoenn game, bring back Zinnia. I remember a lot of people said it was a missed opportunity to not have Zinnia in the ZA DLC with the Rayquaza fight, because you're literally fighting Rayquaza on top of Sky Pillar. So, like, that was a missed opportunity there for sure. Then again, there really isn't a Pokemon game with bad music. Yeah, it would have been more efficient if I had caught that Pidove earlier, so I didn't have to make that second deposit. But this is all just to avoid that double battle there. I debated whether it was truly faster, but then Scott mentioned technically the speed run actually deposits there. So I think it is good to do it, but I think it's most efficient to actually have caught your Pokemon in the Floccesy Ranch the first time. But the thing is, like, I don't want to, like, just stay there and hunt for a Psyduck. That's why I'll accept either a Azurill or Psyduck. Because if I just catch a Azurill, then I just gotta catch a Crustle. The main disadvantage of a Azurill not being able to learn Strength is, even though your first mandatory use of Strength isn't until after the 8th gym, if you want access to Payback early, you're gonna want a Strength user. Guzma music still fire. Oh yeah, I like Guzma's theme. You know what? Charcoal might help with Fire Punch. I have no idea. I don't remember that part of the dialogue. I do like the Dialga Palkia theme. I will agree, it doesn't completely fit them. Not as well as Giratina's theme fits it. Is the original games. Honestly, the only good tracks that were in the original games, probably the original rendition of the Champion theme. Because I actually do think the Champion theme in Red and Blue is actually better than the Fire Red Leaf Green version. It's probably an unpopular opinion I have, but I think the Red and Blue version was better. Whoops. Alright, am I ready to take on Berg? I think I'm gonna go get Attract, just in case. Actually, I think I might want a higher level. Does anyone know the speed stat of Berg's Levani in challenge mode? Axew, Eel. Oh, Swift. No. I mean, Swift would be better right now because of Technician, but as soon as Return gets over 90 power, it'll be better. It was 55 if I remember correctly. Okay, so yeah, this training's probably unnecessary, but it's better to just be safe because I do want the damage output as well. Okay, this should allow us to get level 25. Screech? No. Remember Rock Smash for the Dwebble? You know what? Yeah, I should teach that now. Alright, so long, Sand Attack. I'm just keeping Astonished just in case there's some sort of ghost type I don't remember. I mean, plus Astonish is a flinching move too. Flinches could help. That Dwebble has Sturdy, so it wouldn't have mattered. It was 56. Alright, I'm gonna go get rest just in case. It's one of those emergency TMs that's always good to get. This Pokemon's doing great. The only thing that would stop it would be Colress and Marshall. I am a bit worried about Marshall, but I think because of the fast level up group and the Lucky Egg, we're going to be insanely over-leveled for him, so I don't think we have to worry too much. Protein. You can technically avoid this guy by going to the right, but this guy gives such good experience yields. I think he's worth fighting in most runs. Get the 10 red shards for Fire Punch. Alright, I'm gonna teach Dig in the place of Astonish? Yeah. Yeah, because no, I know this for a fact. No ghost types in Gen 5 have Levitate. Not a single one. So yeah, Dig will be just fine on him. Hello, Jariant. Honestly, I don't even think Dig is necessary. Driplim? Oh, yeah. To be fair, the first... Okay, I know this for a fact. The first mandatory Drifblim is inside of the Reversal Mountain. And by that point, I'll have access to Shadowclaw. But yeah, for Drifloon, I cannot think of a single mandatory Drifloon that's on a trainer's team. I literally can't. But I guess in Black and White 1 specifically, no ghost type has Levitate. Alright, I'm not going to bother healing Paralysis for now because these fights are not going to be that threatening. And the bag in this game, especially on 4x speed, is so hard to manage properly. So if you can avoid heals, the better. Okay, yeah, I need to... Uh-oh. That was actually cutting it kind of close. I should not have done that. Alright, I'm going to use a workup. Alright, turn 1 static. You suck. I might actually lose here. Okay, yep. Got paralyzed. I always thought Elisa and Clay were married. I think that's a fan theory. I don't think that's actually confirmed. Okay, I'm resetting again. That was ridiculous. You know, technically you can get a Cherry Berry in this game before Elisa without using that random guy in Castelia. There's a Pokemon Ranger in the Lost Lorn Forest who will give you one. His name is Pokemon Ranger Forest. But that guy is just pretty out of the way for one Cherry Berry. If you're doing the training at Gallon, then I would say it's worth it. I mean, this Pokemon, I think, is just going to completely destroy the game. I don't think we need to do Gallon training at all. I mean, if we were in the mediums, if we were in the slow group, I would do a bit of Gallon training, but we're in the fast level up group. No, that's the only nearby, like, Pokemon Ranger that gives a Cherry Berry. Oh, there actually is a neat thing coming up. You see my friendship right next to my held item, right below the camera? I have 244 friendship. On Route 5, there is actually a Pokemon breeder. Once a day, will sell you 5 random EV reduced friendship berries, like Kelpsy berries. I could theoretically save Scum to get some of those berries for a stat I don't care about, and use them up for the sole purpose of boosting my friendship to make Return more powerful. I think that would help for Pokemon that start off with like 70 friendship or like 35 or 0, but since we started 100 friendship, I don't think it's necessary. I did withdraw, right? No, I did not. Whoops. I forgot to withdraw. Alright, just you guys. Oh, there is also a calcium here. Alright. Fire Punch. Alright, I'm going to teach this move in the place of Rock Smash. Actually, no, I need that for Clay. Get rid of Dig? Yeah, get rid of Dig. Rock Smash will be good for Croc Rock, too. Oh, I want to show you guys some. We just discovered this. Go to the 11th floor, or not the 11th floor. Go to the 25th floor of this building, talk to this old guy, and he'll actually give you an air balloon. So if you guys watch my Pokemon Moon runs, you can probably see where this is going. Calcium is not used for defense in this game. I mean, I don't know if I'll use... I will use the air balloon. You know why? We can actually use it to avoid the Croc Rock using a turn 1 bulldoze. Or any of his Pokemon. We can avoid one bulldoze. Shadow could be Vitamin of the Day spokesperson. No, I'm the only Vitamin of the Day spokesperson. You can't take that away from me. Fling. Fling is a potential useful move in Gen 5. Actually, not... Yeah, it can be potentially used. Not so much in Black 2, White 2, but it does have uses in Black and White 1. Alright, Air Balloon. It could also help with Marshall, but I don't think his throw has Bulldoze in this game. I think it's Rock Tomb, so I don't think it would work for him. Alright, one workup. So yeah, it used Crunch to break the Air Balloon, so it did not use Bulldoze to lower my speed. Fire Punch. Rock Smash. Return. Uh-oh. Alright, I should be able to still outspeed this. Nope. Alright, Torment. Okay, so I still have the air balloon. It has both. Oh, so it'd be kind of pointless then. Got it. Dude. Okay, I think the air balloon's just not worth it. I think I just need to stick to... Then again, if... Yeah, just keep doing this. I think I just need to reorder the way I use my moves. Work up. Crunch. Return. Rock Smash. Bulldoze. Work up. Rock Smash. I might need to use Attract on the Croc Rock, actually. So yeah, I'm actually gonna get rid of Rock Smash here. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna keep the air balloon. This might demand a higher level. No, I don't think so. Okay, Torment. Alright, at least I made it past this thing without taking any damage. Attract. Work up. Return. Work up. Return. Fire Punch. Return. Fire Punch, Return, and Fire Punch. There we go. Okay, that was pretty lucky, I will admit that, but I think it was just because it hit through the Attract and hit me with Torment. That Torment really screwed me up. If I didn't get hit with Torment... Yeah, if I didn't get hit with Torment, I would have just used 3 workups and just one-shot everything. Maybe you should have taught Fire Punch after Clay? But then what would I have used? What would I mean, Fire Punch is the better move on Excadrill, though. Rock Smash with Technician is only 60 power. Fire Punch is 75. Dig. You know, actually, that would have been a better play, yeah. It could have helped avoid the explosion, too. Okay, that was unlucky. Stoutland in this fight has a 50-50 chance of having Intimidate. Alright. Magneton from Colress has a 50-50 chance of Sturdy. So if he has Sturdy, we're gonna get hit with Paralysis. Oh, whoops. I should not have used Workup. Oh well, we still win. Alright, so we get 1 battle point. We can purchase a vitamin. I think my vitamin will be a protein. Alright, it seems like for these double battles, it seems like the overlay doesn't really work for double battles. Probably because it has no idea what team to look at. Yeah, this probably does not work for double battles. Remember the Chestoberry in Chargestone Cave? Oh, do not, do I want this move? Honestly, no. Why do I need the Chestoberry? Like, really? Rest strats for Colress. Ah. True. Question is, will I remember where the guy is? I should be able to find him. I think he's up an optional pair of stairs. Or at least pretty soon we'll get access to, Lucky Egg. Careful, that guy's a triple battle. Yep, here he is. Cool. Honestly, part of me wants to say yes just because Sun and Moon takes place in the Mega Evolution timeline. These Gen 5 games do not. So it probably is a different one. Re-equip your Silk Scarf or something. I mean, I'm going to equip a Lucky Egg pretty soon anyway. Alright, so in Black 2, White 2, you actually want to go down the slope here. They moved that NPC up by 1 tile. Alright, so right here you get the Lucky Egg. You may be wondering if it's optional. No, you have to talk to Juniper there. Going up here is optional, though. But I'm coming up here because I want Shadow Claw. Well, actually, what's really weird about that is the Colress in Sun and Moon games knows the Getsus that's in that his old black and white era outfit. But in this game, he's never met Getsus in that old outfit. So things probably worked out differently there. I know, I'm here for Shadow Claw. Peepee up. There it is. Wait, you're confused on where Annabelle came from? Annabelle is from the Emerald Battle Frontier. Yeah, I'll probably teach Shadowclaw over Attract right now. I think this will be my final moveset for a while. Holy crap, that the only way to make that is by not bonking into walls. But yeah, this fight might be a bit difficult here. I'm going to use one workup. Shadowclaw. Return. She appeared in the game, too. Alright, so yeah, Skyla was actually pretty easy. Oh yeah, this puzzle is so freaking hard on 4 times speed. Except maybe using acrobatics on Marshall. Yeah, most likely. I'm actually gonna do this just to heal up my Pokemon. Also, that Ranger gives you access to the, Rostberry. Which game, though? Pokemon Emerald. Oh, actually, I remember something with Persian. Persian could not learn Work Up. Its only setup move was Nasty Plot, so I had to keep Swift for most of the game. Plus, its stats were just awful. Also, the Unpheasant has a Scope Lens, which increases its crit chance. Dominic, can you please try and stay on topic? But talk about Pokemon stuff in general. Like, this isn't a Zelda stream. Like, it's just distracting when the topic in chat keeps changing. Stub 120 Gigalith? Nice. Alright, gotta talk to the invisible sign. I could use that Carbos, but my... Oh, wait. Right side. This guy does not see you on the right side. Alright, I'm gonna get these citrus berries. What did this game add to Unova? A lot of stuff. There's literally way too many things to describe. Alright, the question is, am I going to need to do training on Magnolia for Drayden? Because if I recall, Drayden's Druddigon has Revenge. Was the invisible sign moved in the game? In the original Black and White, there was a sandwich shop there, and it had a sign. They removed the sign. The sandwich shop is just straight up not there. They moved it somewhere else. But they forgot to remove the text script, which is pretty funny. I actually discovered that in a YouTube short. But yeah, they just forgot to remove the text script, which is pretty funny. I make a rule in my run where I always have to talk to it. You know what's interesting? That whole thing of like, if you play in challenge mode, you straight up become over leveled. I'm in the fast level up group, and I've been holding the lucky egg ever since I got it. I'm effectively the same level as these guys. This is the dragon type gym. Oh, dragon gem. Besides, I know you played White 2 as a kid. But then again, you've probably only played it one time and you don't even remember. Ow! Reset. Dude, how did that first attack do so much damage? Likely a crit? I think it was most likely a crit. Oh yeah, that was 100% a crit. They made Sharon a normal type gym leader because Lenora retired. That's why he literally gives Lenora's badge. The basic badge. Okay. Let's hope we don't need any Magnolia training. Okay, Dragon Tail missed. That was pretty lucky. I don't think that would have killed me, though, but I think me forcing myself back in probably would have. Yeah, honestly, in challenge mode, if you hold a lucky egg the whole time, you don't really become over-leveled compared to everybody else until you start fighting Team Plasma Grunts. But when I did my test in normal mode as well, you also become over-leveled. So being over-leveled for that section of the game, it's not really a challenge mode versus normal mode problem, it's a lucky egg thing. I think the hardest way you can play this game is do challenge mode but ban the lucky egg. That would actually... Honestly, I'm not sure that would increase the difficulty, because you could just fight the Pokemon breeders over and over again for XP. You had all the mons fainted besides the monkey? What are you talking about? Ambipom. Drayden just used Dragon Tail for damage. Oh, right. It wouldn't have switched me anyway. Right. Well, what happened is that Team Plasma's frigate basically used Kyurem's ice power to freeze the city. Yeah, I guess it is Ice City. Yeah, this is what I'm referring to right here. When you start doing the Team Plasma fights with Lucky Egg, this is the moment where you start to become overleveled. Literally before the 7th gym, even with Lucky Egg, you're not really overleveled at all, even in the fast group. It's the Plasma section that gets you overleveled. Dude, that was smooth. Yeah, see how good this Wailord's moveset is? Scald, Rain Dance, Ice Beam, Earthquake. Its moveset in normal mode is Scald, Amnesia, Rollout, and Bounce. It's that horrifically bad. Alright, Fire Punch to break the sturdy, Shadow Claw. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, that was kind of my fault. I probably should have done some extra setup. Scald. Okay, that's a reset. Yeah, the animated 2D sprites are really good, yeah. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna probably need to use some candies. Yeah, Marlin is actually a good gym leader in challenge mode. In normal mode, he is so bad you may as well call him the Lost Swimmer. That's how bad he is. Alright, I think I need to use Rock Smash here. So yeah, I gotta reteach Rock Smash. Get rid of... Probably Workup. I don't think I need to do Setup. Yeah, get rid of Workup. Maybe, actually, you know what? I'm gonna equip the Expert Belt. Okay, so Rain Dance, that's gonna make the Mantine outspeed because of Swift Swim. Oh, I still outspeed it. That's how fast I am. You dude. Alright, so I think because of that Citrus Berry on the Caracosta, I need to get a defense drop, otherwise I can't two-shot it. Shadow Claw. It would have been really bad if that lived at red health and used Curse Body on me. Hey, sub 1 hour beating all the gyms. That's pretty good. Alright, we're not really going to need access to setup moves for the Team Plasma section. So I think we can just rock out with all offensive moves. Alright, so what I would do if I didn't have a strength user, I would use this Master Ball Colress gives me. I originally wanted to have Terrakion be the strength user, but what you can actually do is just catch the Crustle. Honestly, it wasn't really the overlay being fixed. Well, I mean, there was that whole issue with the team not updating properly. There was that whole issue. But, the reason I didn't use Pokebite with Gen 5 was because Pokebite was slowing down my game by like 15 to 20 FPS. But when I was told by other people that the emulator had an option called Enable Just-in-Time Compiler, I don't exactly know what it is, but it's how it runs the games. If you enable it, at the cost of not being able to record a replay file with your inputs, I was actually able to get the game to run smoother, and now I don't drop frames anymore. How does your overlay work? I use a piece of software called Pokebite, and I combine it with my own HTML browser source that I coded myself to show all the information where I want it. It's very simple. My overlay is just basic text, and I use CSS to position everything. That's even better than Crocodile. Granted, it started as a Sandile. Yeah. HTMLs are easy, yeah. Didn't know yet. Yeah, Pokebyte is the software that reads from the emulator. My HTML does not read from the emulator. It reads from Pokebyte. So Pokebyte's essentially the middleman. It translates the game data into readable text, if that makes sense. Alright, let's guess the password. 2202. First try. Nice. Oh, wait. Because of the fact I save stated and I just replace the starter every time I do a run, my password is always 2202. It's just by coincidence. I technically do all my runs for Y2 on the same save file. I just swap the starter in and out of my party with PK Hex. Alright, so now at this point, I need to deposit my HM users. Because if I don't deposit them, I have to do a mandatory double battle with 2 Team Plasma Grunts that have 3 Pokemon each, and they have Pokemon that love to poison you. Ooh, odd to know. Oh, I learned this new trick. Exit out of here, then go back in. So that way when I escape rope after beating Kyurem, I'm closer to the left entrance towards Route 23. Time to go after Dennis. Yep. So yeah, so far in this run, pretty much all of my resets have been towards Clay and Marlin. I think the reason I was getting lost is at Marlin was because I wasn't using the right moveset, but Marlin was actually surprisingly difficult. Yeah, right here. If you don't deposit your HM users, you have to take on these grunts both at once, and they each have 3 Pokemon, and the fight can get really bad, especially if you get poisoned. I just find it safest to always deposit. Theoretically, it's fastest not to, but then again at the same time, your HM users are going to be gaining levels. I now outspeed everything threatening in the game. Well, what about Chandelure? Chantal Chandelure has a choice scarf in challenge mode. Chandelure with choice scarf is 172. Makes sense. Also because of my lucky egg, I'm essentially just skipping pretty much almost every candy. I can believe it. You know why? Instead of making custom teams for every single random trainer, all they would do is, while it's in the battle, it increases the level anywhere from 1 to 5. It doesn't recalculate the stats, though, because the stats are already predetermined. It just changes one byte in the game's code. Alright, I need to get rest, replace with, return? No, rock smash. However, though, that is not true for the Gym Leaders Elite Four and Champion. They have custom teams. It does not apply to them. It applies to almost everyone else, though. Dude, that didn't even activate Sturdy. Oh, cool. Wait, that's gonna heal, isn't it? No. Alright, get rid of that Cling Clang. That Cling... Oh. I was gonna say, that Cling Clang doesn't normally like attacking, but because of my paralysis, it did. Okay, so I think I should rest on the Magnezone. Got it. Masters, I actually did an experiment with this. I did the same exact run in both normal and challenge mode in Scott's server last week. By the end of the challenge mode section, I was only 3 levels higher compared to normal mode. Only 3 levels. And I did almost effectively the same route. But my challenge mode run had more resets and a longer real time because of those resets. Because some of the fights were actually harder and I actually had to do training. So yeah, no, that whole thing of you just gaining levels, it's at best over-exaggerated. It's not really the challenge mode giving you the extra levels, it's the Lucky Egg. Like normal mode with Lucky Egg, I'm going to be a higher level than challenge mode with no Lucky Egg. Alright, I'm going to need to use an elixir. Alright, I'm going to give myself workup back. I don't... Actually, yeah, I'm not going to really need rest, I don't think, for Getsus. Actually, yeah, get rid of it. So yeah, with my testing, even if both runs you allow for Lucky Egg, I allowed Lucky Egg in both runs. Even despite that, challenge mode was still harder. Lucky Egg? Honestly? Oh, whoops. That's the one guy you can't just spam return on. I think I'm going to prefer a Pecha Berry. Oh, dude, I can't get rid of that burn. Oh, that is not good. That is actually super not good. N does not heal you until you start to battle Getsus, so I'm gonna have to fight Kyurem burned. Alright, I'm looking in this cutscene. Yeah, the frame rate does lower to like 220 sometimes. You know, this cutscene is surprisingly close to 4 times speed. This Pokemon has the fast level up group. Ow. Ice burn. I just have to beat this thing while burned. Okay. Dude. There we go. I was gonna work up until he eventually missed. Nice. I gave him mummy. Alright, so here's what you do. From here, you actually use an escape rope. And you end up back here. Then that person heals you, then you gotta fight this trainer. If you still had your HM users, this person is skippable, but she only has one Pokemon. Yeah, this guy's a spinner. He's pretty hard to avoid. Alright, so if I wanted to, I could get Hone Claws, but Workup is just straight up better. Alright, so then here, I can heal up by full restores and withdraw the HM users. I mean, you pretty much only need Psyduck. So, do you guys think this will get sub 125? Because if so, this will get S tier. Also, here's another great spot for Fire Punch. This guy. This was one of the main people I was thinking of. This guy's Ferrothorn is so bad if you don't have a good move against him. Ah, dang it. You think Iris is going to be difficult? Alright, so yeah, these final two veterans can oftentimes, depending on the Pokemon, be more difficult than the actual Elite Four. Right, Fire Punch to break the sturdy. Plus, it could burn. Yeah, see how low my health got? Also, if I wanted to, I could teach Thunderbolt here, but honestly, Thunderbolt in the league is not that good. You just get this move way too late to be useful unless you get Stab. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna skip the heal house here. Alright, let's go fight Caitlyn first. Hey, decomposing skeleton. Thought this was Goblin for a second. I'm not sure who that is. Is that supposed to be a insult? I don't know. Dude, the 2 is barely overlapping the colon in that money thing down there. I gotta fix that. Oh, shit. Yeah, look at that Musharna's moveset. Zoom lens with hypnosis. Fire punch. No? Okay. I'm just not sure what you're meaning by goblin. Yeah, that money thing's very easy to fix. I just have to move it, like, to the right by, like, 10 pixels or so. Yeah, no, not him first. Grimsley. Let's see. Heal up here. Any walkthroughs? I mean, right now on Mondays, I'm playing a new Pokemon Black ROM hack. It's called Vanta Black. I've been playing that casually, but I generally do way more solo run speedrun streams than that. But I am in the middle of a casual playthrough right now. In fact, tomorrow I'll be doing part 4 of Vanta Black. I'll be going to Berg, I think. Oh my god. That Bisharp got a quick claw, and I lived on 1 HP. Wow, that was really cutting it close. Alright, at least I got a Shadow Claw for Chantal here. Alright, actually it has Will-O-Wisp, so get rid of it. Oh. I guess it lived, but at least it didn't use Will-O-Wisp. If I had gotten hit with Will-O-Wisp, I would have had to just teach it Rest. Hoenn region disappointed you? Really? I mean, to be fair, I wasn't the biggest fans of the original Ruby Sapphire Emerald. I think the remakes did it far better justice. Oh, I like Heart Gold Soul Silver, yeah, they're one of the top games for me. I do solo runs in Heart Gold as well. I do solo runs in 14 different games, I'm not even kidding. Heart Gold Soul Silver is one of them. Or equip Expert Belt? Yeah, probably that. That would have been the better idea. Alright, return. Rock Tomb. Honestly, our speed is so fast, we're still gonna outspeed Mian Shao. Alright, there's the Conkeldurr with Guts Flame Orb. It would have been so funny if he full restored that. Uh-oh. Well, that was a loss. Honestly, I think I'm going to hold Citrus Berry, actually. Itemless Acrobatics. Yeah, you're probably right. Playing 2 regions of the same game is pretty sick. It definitely is, for sure. Although the original games didn't really handle it too well, though, because the level curve in Kanto was so horrendously bad. The remakes tried to fix it. I think they could have done a better job. Like, I think the Kanto gym leaders should have at least been in their 60s. Alright, so if we can defeat Iris in the next 4 minutes, which I think we will, this will get an S tier performance on my tier list. What do you mean level curve? The fact that the champion Lance has a level 50 Pokemon. Let's see, anything else? Return over Acro. I think I'm gonna hold lefties here. Max Elixir. Yeah, it's just the fact that, like, when you're going through Johto, all the trainers, like, after you beat the 7th gym, are only, like, level 19, level 22. Focus Blast. Okay. I still think I needed one workup. Alright, thankfully that does not have Rough Skin. Okay, you, Fire Punch. Oh. Oh no. Okay, he missed Rockhead. Oh, thank God. That would have been the one Pokemon Low Kick would have been good for. One hour, 21 minutes, 48 seconds, 13 resets, 0 blackouts, level 83. We need something for Aggron. Yeah, honestly, I'm not even... Would teaching Rock Smash have been better? Because a 4 times effective Rock Smash is an effective power of 160. But Fire Punch was neutral. Yeah, it would have been better. So yeah, I probably should have taught Rock Smash there. I think Rock Smash over Fire Punch was the play. Game time of 4 hours and 58 minutes. S-tier performance. Kind of makes sense though. Fast level up group, great attack, great speed, stab return. Still better than Groudon. I think Groudon could get a better result if I replayed it, but I would say, yes, this Pokemon is way better than Groudon in terms of a solo run of this game. Okay, let's go ahead and add this to the leaderboard. Here, you guys can see the progress. So yeah, here's my current leaderboard. Arclesol Silver fixed that. Oh no, Lance's Dragonite is still level 50. The Kanto gym leaders did get level boost. They're like the mid to high 50s. I still think it could have been a bit better though. It did try to fix it. But the Johto section at least is still very bad. Definitely give me a subscribe. I'll follow you in this little community. Yeah, really appreciate that. But yeah, if you're interested in the casual play, tomorrow I'm doing part 4 of the ROM hack Pokemon Vanta Black. I just beat Lenora last time, so we'll be going through the forest and trying to beat Berg. Anyway, let's put this Pokemon in. Let's see, we played with Ambipom. With a game time of 4:58. Real time of 1:21:48. Level... '83. '83, 13 resets, 0 blackouts. Insert. Second place overall. So if we take a look here in the leaderboard, it was about 11 minutes slower than Kyogre. It was about 30 seconds faster than Groudon. Ambipom the GOAT. Yeah, this Pokemon just destroyed everything, dude. The only other normal type I've played that's sort of similar is Persian, but here's the main problem with Persian. I'm going to show this off here. Alright, so we're going to compare Ambipom and Persian. Yeah, look at that. 10 more HP, 30 more attack, 6 more defense, 1 special defense, same speed. But Persian is in the medium fast group, Ambipom's in the fast group. And look at the movesets. Scratch, Growl, Bite, and Fake Out. Persian does get Technician, but here's one massive... Well, it does get Workup, but here's the thing. 70 attack. And its bulk is just not good. It kind of doesn't matter if Persian gets Technician. Honestly, though, looking back, I do think I played Persian kind of bad. Because I remember I was purposefully keeping Swift to use with Nasty Plot. but we get workup. We could have just used stab return this whole time. I do think, looking back, I did play that Persian run really bad. I think Persian should easily get into probably the B tier. I was relying way too much on Nasty Plot. And if I recall correctly, I think Persian was one of the first 7 runs I've done. It was done such a long time ago. Here's the thing, Bracker. I mentioned this earlier when playing Ambipom at the start of the stream, right before I started. Technician, honestly, is kind of a bait trap. Like, it kind of makes you want to hold on to a bad move for the whole game, like Swift, just to get Technician boost. But here's the thing. Swift with Technician boost is an effective power of 90, but return is 102. And if you have a setup move like Workup or Home Claws, Technician boost doesn't mean anything in the late game. Technician is only really good for the early game, but then in the late game, you just want to have a normal moveset. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. The next stream will be tomorrow. We'll be doing part 4 of Pokemon Vanta Black. Let's see. I'll definitely stop by tomorrow because I'm off work. The stream's pretty cool. Currently at work, and I saw your stream just by chance. Yeah, well, thanks. At least the YouTube algorithm worked out today. Yeah, I will see you all later. Bye.